Let me ask you something. Have you ever ended a day completely exhausted, yet somehow felt like you got nowhere? You answered emails, checked notifications, finished small tasks, maybe even spent hours working. And yet, the goals that actually mattered to you are still sitting exactly where they were last month. The business isn't growing fast enough. The skills aren't improving fast enough. The dream life feels just as far away as before. And that's confusing, because you're working hard, really hard. So why does it feel like you're falling behind? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The world has convinced us that being busy and making progress are the same thing. They're not. And the people who realized this early gain years of their lives back. Today, I'm going to show you why working harder might actually be the reason you're staying stuck. And the last reason is the one almost nobody talks about. Let's begin. The first reason you're falling behind is because you're winning the wrong game. Think about this. Imagine two people running. One person is sprinting as fast as possible. The other is jogging slowly. Who wins? Most people would say the sprinter. But what if the sprinter is running in the wrong direction? Suddenly speed doesn't matter. Direction does. This is exactly what happens to millions of people every day. They wake up, open their laptop, start working immediately, answer messages, attend meetings, check tasks off their list, and at the end of the day they feel productive. But productive toward what? That's the question nobody asks. Many people spend years becoming more efficient at things that don't actually move their life forward. They're climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall, and every year they climb faster. The scary part, hard work can hide this mistake, because being busy feels like progress, even when it's not. But this leads us to the second reason, and this one is even more dangerous. You're addicted to completion. Your brain loves finishing things. Every notification answered, every email sent, every tiny task completed, each one gives you a little dopamine reward. It feels good. The problem, the most important goals in life don't work like that. Building a business doesn't give instant rewards. Learning a valuable skill doesn't give instant rewards. Getting in shape doesn't give instant rewards. Writing a book doesn't give instant rewards. Real progress is boring. It's slow. It's invisible. And because your brain craves quick wins, you naturally drift toward easy tasks instead. That's why someone can spend 10 hours working and still avoid the one thing that would actually change their future. Not because they're lazy, because their brain is chasing completion. But here's where things get even worse. Reason number 3. You're confusing motion with action. This idea completely changed how I think about productivity. Motion feels like preparation. Action creates results. Reading about starting a business is motion. Starting the business is action. Watching productivity videos is motion. Doing the work is action. Planning your workout is motion. Working out is action. Motion makes you feel productive. Action makes you successful. And most people spend their entire lives stuck in motion. Why? Because motion feels safe. You can plan forever without risking failure. You can research forever without looking stupid. You can prepare forever without being judged. Action is uncomfortable. Action exposes you. Action creates the possibility of failure. But action is also the only thing that creates progress. And that's why the people moving ahead aren't always smarter. They're just spending more time acting. Now here's the fourth reason you're falling behind. And this one is quietly stealing years from people's lives. You're dividing your attention. Look around. We live in a world built to interrupt us. Notifications, messages, videos, news, emails, apps, algorithms competing for every second of your attention. And attention is no longer just attention. It's your life. Because whatever gets your attention gets your time. And whatever gets your time shapes your future. Think about someone trying to build a house. Now imagine removing one brick every 30 seconds. The house would never get built. That's exactly what constant distractions do to your goals. Every interruption resets your focus. Every distraction steals momentum. And most people don't realize how expensive that is. They think they're losing seconds. They're actually losing years. But there's one final reason. And this might be the biggest one of all. You're measuring effort instead of outcomes. This is the trap hardworking people fall into. They believe effort automatically creates results. If I work harder, I'll succeed. If I stay busy, I'll get ahead. If I sacrifice more hours, it'll eventually pay off. But reality doesn't reward effort. Reality rewards value. Two people can work equally hard. One becomes successful. The other stays stuck. Why? Because the first person focused on the activities that produce results. The second focused on activities that felt productive. That's a massive difference. Imagine spending 6 hours digging holes in a field. You'd be exhausted. You'd definitely be working hard. But if your goal was building a house, those 6 hours wouldn't matter. Effort without direction is just expensive movement. And this is where everything comes together. If you're working hard every day and still falling behind, it doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you're incapable. And it definitely doesn't mean you're doomed to fail. It means you're probably solving the wrong problem. Maybe you need fewer tasks, not more. Maybe you need more focus, not more motivation. Maybe you need more action, not more planning. Because the people who move ahead fastest aren't the ones doing everything. They're the ones doing what matters. So here's a challenge. Tomorrow morning, before you start working, ask yourself one question. If I could only complete one thing today, what would have the biggest impact on my future? Then spend your best energy on that. Before the emails, before the notifications, before the endless little tasks. Do that consistently, and something strange will happen. You'll stop feeling busy, and you'll start making progress. Because in the end, success isn't about working harder than everyone else. It's about making sure your hard work is finally moving you in the right direction.